Good morning. It is chilly today. They said 4 to 5 degrees. It feels positively frosty. End of September. Seems a bit too chilly for me for September. Anyway, we've had days and days of rain, high winds, freezing cold weather, and I've been itching to get up here. I've got a lot to get done today, so I'm just going to take you along for the ride and you can see what we're going to do. First thing I'm going to do this morning is sort out the runner beans. I'm just going to pick them all and cut them down and get them sorted out. So we'll get on with that right now. Alright, I think that's most of the beans picked now. What I'm going to do, rather than just pull these runner beans out, is apparently they're perennial. So I'm just going to do an experiment. I'm just going to cut them down to the ground and leave the roots in. And I'm hoping next spring they will come up from the ground. And that's going to be a really big advantage, just getting a head start. On the growing season, if the roots are already in and established, the plant will shoot off really strongly. That's the hope. So I'm going to cut them off at the ground level, and then I'm going to pull this frame away. You might have noticed how rickety it is. I've actually made this last my 2 seasons now, and it was rickety to start with. It's really just about falling over now. We've had some really high winds and it's keeling right that way. So I'm going to take that down, dismantle it, and then tidy up this border a little bit. Here you can see the shoot, the stalk of the runner bean coming up out of the ground. So I'm just going to cut that off here. And I'm thinking it should all just come back. Sadly, I've got the wrong tool. It's a fabulous knife, but I need a pair of secateurs and they're at the house down the road. There you go, that's come off quite easy. Now I've somehow got to get this straight thing out the ground and drag it up the top there to try and get it all to pieces. decided to bring this out onto the front path in front of the allotment instead, because I've got a lot more space here now. I'm just going to try and pull all this foliage off here as much as I can, and then I've got to dismantle this thing, so I'm going to need my knife, I think, in a wheelbarrow for all of this stuff. There you go, we're now in a state of complete collapse. So I'm just going to start chopping this string, take this thing apart. It's got wire on there as well, actually. So that was harder work than I expected. I've got the frame down, I've picked all the beans, I've got the stuff to go on the compost, to get that done and then move on to the next thing. So the next thing I'm going to do is, we've got a couple of beds in someone else's plot that they've kindly let us use. I've got pumpkins, courgettes in there, or squash and courgettes. I'm going to go and sort those out now. Look at these, aren't they gorgeous? I've been dying to do this for ages, and it's definitely time or they're going to get frosted. A little bit dinky, these ones. This one's my pride and joy, considering it isn't a pumpkin, it's just a little squash. It's massive. Yay! Very happy with that. There you go, that's my little squash hole. Isn't it so gorgeous? I'm absolutely delighted with that. I'll take that home and I'll pop it somewhere or other under cover to let those skins cure out a bit. And then we'll do some eating, I think, later on. This is a kind of mad courgette plant that I wasn't aware that I'd planted. But anyway, I thought it was a squash and up it came and it was courgettes. And it's kind of fruited twice. And I'm on to my second batch now, and I wasn't sure if they were going to come to anything with it being so late in the season, but there's quite a few hiding in amongst there. So I'm just going to pick them all now and pull this plant out, because the season's getting too far along now, and if the frost comes, which the way it felt last night, that could be any day now, they'll be ruined. teeny little ones like that, but I'm just going to take them all. I don't think there's any point in leaving them any longer. I know there's some in here somewhere. The sun's actually come out. How lovely. They're like a funny fat courgette, very smooth. Best crop I've had of courgettes all year from this little vine, and I didn't even know I'd put it in, as I say. There you go, how lovely. You know you're doing something right when you need a wheelbarrow to transport your crops. Very, very happy. I'm going to take that back along to my plot now, and then I'm going to come back and clear out these beds. Leave them nice and spick and span for the next people.
Oh, so these are spiky?
Yeah.
No gloves.
See that? Whew. There we go. That's the courgettes picked, the squash picked, the beans picked. My compost's filling up, which I love. We're going to weed out those borders now, leave them tidy as I see. Next thing I'm going to do is all my tomatoes, they're not going to ripen out here. The season's gone too late, it's cold now. I'm going to pick all my green tomatoes and I'm going to hope that they ripen in the house. So far there have been, the green ones that I picked, they've been ripening no bother in the house. So we'll do that next. So you can see here these big bunches of tomatoes. I think I'll just pull that straight off like that. That one's actually starting to turn a little bit. Whether these, I mean that's little and hard, I don't know whether that will do anything or not, but it's better than letting them rot on the vine. Bring them in and see what we can do with them. And if I leave them here, if you see that one, it's just started to rot in the soil, so don't want that, do we? actually got a lot of tomatoes. Alright then, so that's us finished for the day. I've done everything I wanted to do. I haven't left everything very tidy though. I think we'll have to come back tomorrow and do that, kind of at the end of my energy now. Look at all of this stuff, a massive bucket of tomatoes. Whether they will ripen or not remains to be seen. I know some of them will, but some of them are just not properly matured, like that little bowl. But we'll see. Raw beans, squash, courgettes, I'm very happy with it all. First good day we've had in ages, as I say. Definitely things are kind of winding down. You know, the season's coming to an end now and things are starting to get pulled out and we're needing to tidy up and that. I'll be back again tomorrow, and I think that's the last decent day we've got for quite a while. The weather forecast says it's going to rain for a full week after that. Hopefully they're wrong. They often are, as we know. Anyway, that's going to be the end of the video for today. Hope you enjoyed it. That's our end of September activities at the allotment. See you next time. Bye.